Welcome to the Whole Lotta Woman podcast, where we explore, explain, and discuss what makes us a whole lot of women in today's society. I created the Whole Lotta Woman brand to embrace the four traits that I feel make someone a whole lot of woman in today's world, and those are beauty, brain, strength, and standards. We'll be covering a variety of topics from relationships to real estate. If you would like to join this sisterhood, please subscribe, share with a friend, and stay tuned for more.
I won't be defined, stars are aligned. What's for me is mine. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of. I've been refined, beauty's divine. All things in God's time. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. This for all my women, 'cause you're a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. This for all my women, 'cause you're a whole lot of woman.
Welcome to the Whole Lotta Woman podcast. This is the Live Narc Free series. I am your host, Nikita Ruffin.
And co-host Joy Larkin.
All right, ladies, and today we're going to be discussing friends who could possibly be narcissists and how to identify those friends, as well as how to have healthy friendships. So I'm going to let Joy take it from here. You want to start off with how to identify possible narcissistic friends?
Yes, absolutely. So that is definitely a common thing nowadays. So basically a narcissist friend is similar just to, a regular person that could be a narcissist, right? So this person is like controlling, they may play the victim often. Sometimes, well, not all the times, usually they could be very competitive. They are very hateful, jealous, envy. They may try to sabotage your friendships and your other relationships, that you have with other people. And they could gossip a lot, and they are very negative, and they look down on people. That's basically a narcissistic friendships.
Are they the type, you know how you can get the friend that you can get cool with, but then they don't want you to have other friends? Would that be
Yes.
kind of like that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Like they're just controlling, like, yeah, they want to feel like, oh yeah, I'm your best friend, and like no other friend can be better than me. And just like all the attention has to be solely focused on them. And if it's not, then it's a problem, or they start drama or bring other people into it. So you have to be careful. I actually did have again, I'm not going to call her a narcissist, but
She had tendencies.
yeah, definitely. Like we did talk about that in the past, but like, she for sure had the tendencies, and it got to a point, it was kind of scary. Like, she would like wear similar outfits as me and try to do similar hairstyles as me. Yeah, it got really, really creepy after a while. And yeah, it's just something you want to be on the lookout for. It might be hard to let these friendships go, because I was friends with her for almost 10 years. And we just outgrew each other, and that's a part of life. It wasn't any,
it happened.
It was just right. So yeah, you could run into a narc friend, and it's hurtful, but at the end of the day, you're gonna meet new people, so whoever that friend was close to you, someone else to be your friend. So
yeah, because I had my homegirl was telling me this girl that she had met at work, like they had formed a friendship, but after reviewing it, after they like, no, I think she wanted to be me, or like she didn't want me to have other friends. She said when she reflected on how they met, she said the girl came up to her and was like, basically she had been seeing her around and watching her, and she was like, I want to be her friend. And then she was like, the girl started trying to take her style. She said to the point where it was raining outside one day, and my homegirl was like, I was running errands. I had on Jordans and a hoodie. She was like, some jeans. She was like, nothing major. She said she came in. The girl had on a completely different outfit. The girl went in her room and changed into a hoodie, some J's, and some jeans. Like, she saw, like, I can see you doing it. You know what I mean? And like, she was like, the girl had a lot of different weird ways once she started living with her, to the point where, she said The girl had went back out of town, like to her hometown or something like that, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they stayed in one of those apartment complexes where you have to have parking passes. She said
Mm-hmm.
any other time they kept the parking pass in the kitchen, so it's in a general area. Girl went back to her hometown. She put the parking pass in her room. So my friend didn't notice until she was about to have company and go in the drawer, it's
Mm-hmm.
not there. So she had to text the girl like where it's at. And the girl basically had
Ooh.
put it in her room. So my friend would have to text her so she would know when my friend had company. And she, yeah, that was her way of knowing what my
Wow.
friend, like when
What
she
she
had
was
somebody over
doing.
when she was out of town, because she gonna have to call me. So then I'm like, well, who you sneaking in and out? Yeah, she was like, well, I'm not really sneaking nobody
Right.
in. I'm just trying
Mm-hmm.
to have company and the pass ain't here. But yep, that was
Mm.
her way. I said, people are slick, boy.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty scary because like you never really know, you know what I
Yep.
mean? So you just and like I said, that friend of mine's, I'm from Delaware, as I probably have told you before. She was from Delaware too, and we met in middle school and we was friends all the way up until like after high school. Once I had left to California, and she was a bit upset that I had left, but I'm like, the circumstances it called for me to move, and I had to go,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just unfortunate, but I have gained other really good friends now, which is awesome. But sometimes it has to happen, and but the weird thing about it is like even though her and I we aren't friends, like my mom actually said like how she had saw my ex-friend at the mall and gave her a hug, and I'm like, huh? Like it's weird, like. And the other like weird thing, I think that I'm sure she has, because I think she has the tendencies, because I think she like started rumors about me and like,
Oh,
you
smear
know,
campaign.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like, to other people that I know, because Delaware is a really small state. Like nobody talks about Delaware,
Yeah.
like, and so everybody kind of knows everyone. So like, I'm sure like we have similar acquaintances and associates and stuff like that. So yeah, but it's a lesson for me. It's a learning experience. But that's how you can identify a narc friend. Now, if you are realizing that this person is a narcissist and they're your friend, again, you just got to remove yourself and distance yourself and understand like they don't want to see you happy, or they don't have your best interests, and it's a sad
Mm-hmm.
truth.
And I want to say, at the beginning, when you're meeting that friend, when you're making the friend,
Hmm.
be cautious of that mirroring, because a lot of them do that. So you thinking you just
Yes.
found a homegirl
Yes.
that got the same interest as you, but in reality, no, she's just trying to ride your wave or trying to match you, mirror you so
Hmm.
that you'll be intrigued into being her friend, just so she can take
Hmm.
your energy or your swag or whatever. But
Right,
like
right.
I said, narcissist friends, they finesse friendship just like men finesse you into a relationship and then switch up. They
Yes,
start off great. They the
yes.
best friend, the coolest, most helpful, most complimentary. You know what I mean? And then once they're your
Right.
friend and they actually know they're locked in, it turns into a secret competition
It's
that you do not know you're
right.
in.
Yeah.
You like she competing with your other friends, she competing with you, she competing with your hairstyles, your outfit, your wardrobe,
Mhm.
your job, like really competing with you in every aspect, and you just living your life and you have no
No
clue that
idea.
every time you get a her off, every time you get a raise, you pissing her off. Every time you get a hairstyle that's cute on you, it's pissing her off. Like you really be
Mhm.
pissing these
Yeah.
people off, but they be your friend, and like you wonder why something happen out the blue.
Yeah.
Like, no, girl, you been stepping on her toes. You just didn't know.
Yeah. And that's for me, like I've never been the type like, oh, look, I have this or I have that. Like I've always
Mm-hmm.
been like the low key type, like because I don't want that. I don't want anybody to feel that way about me. Like that's
Right.
why I'm
Be
just like,
humble.
oh, yeah, like I don't have any reason to be like boastful. It's like, no, I'm good. But no, I get it, and it's tough. But there are healthy friendships, and so I guess maybe that can we can lead into that next topic. Healthy friendships, and as I mentioned, I have been blessed to have met a few other people that are genuine, luckily. And I'm still friends with them to this day. Been friends. Her name, well, I'm not gonna say her name, but I've been friends with her for 10 years. And she's super sweet. So I'll just kind of talk about how she is, because literally, like, she has seen me in my worst
Mm-hmm.
and has still supported me and seen me like doing what I do, and
Right.
still supporting me. Is no type of jealousy, envy, nothing in her at all, you know. And I told her, I'm like, girl, I love you. Like, you were just so genuine. Like, you never changed. Like, you stay the same person, like, you know, and that's
Consistency.
rare, you know. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So, but anyway, so healthy friends is, or healthy friendship is basically a person that loves you, they care about you, you know, they're supportive, they encourage you, they inspire you, they listen to you, you know, they'll tell you the truth too, though, you
Yes,
know.
yes.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, like,
They'll
yeah,
tell
you
you the truth
can't do that.
and tell you about yourself when you need to be told about yourself. Mm-hmm.
Yes, so
We all
that's what
have
I.
those moments.
Yes, we might need that. Like, okay, wait, what you doing now?
Yeah. Say, bring it back.
But right. And so also, you know, this person won't judge you, you know, like, they'll really be like understanding to you and your situation, you know, they don't criticize you. They may offer you feedback or suggestions, but they allow you to like be yourself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they you know, very like empowering, and they don't like I said, just they don't criticize you, and they just allow you to be you. And yeah, like, you can make a mistake and they won't be like, oh, you know, why'd you do that? And this, no, like,
And bring it up forever.
yeah,
Every
or try to like throw something back in your face. Like, these people, like a healthy friendship, like, they don't do that. Like, they're genuine, they're authentic, and it's rare. Like,
mm-hmm.
if you
Mm-hmm.
guys listening, if you meet a person that's genuine, like, hold on to them,
Whew.
because it's not common in this world that we live in, you know.
And
Um,
life is so much better when you have a group of genuine friends, not just one genuine friend out of a sea of
yes,
snakes, but like when you
yes.
surround yourself with genuine people,
Hmm.
life is so much easier and better and more peaceful and just
Yes.
a better quality of life like that. Cause you're not
Hmm.
stressed all the time trying to figure out why Tina got an attitude, why Shantae not texting back, why this person, you know what I'm saying? What you did to Keisha to make her act like
Mhm.
this? She acting weird, like girl. Genuine friends will tell you, like girl, you know you tried it, you know I know you ain't realize what you did, but yeah, you kind of went too far that day. I'm like, oh my bad, you know, cause like being my friends, like I've made a mistake, you know what I mean, and had to own
Right.
up to it. Like my friend was like, girl, I'm a little mad, but give me 2 days, and then like all right, I'm gonna give you your time to calm down because I respect
Right.
that. And then like, girl, I'm so sorry. I didn't think, and it won't like me trying to be malicious, but
Right.
me focusing on one thing, I let something else slip my mind that affected her. Like I was focused on my birthday, but not realizing she had some stuff going on. So, you
Mhm.
know, once she told me, boom, you know, clarity
Yeah.
instead of just her waiting and counting points against me. You know how people do. Like, you
Right.
know
Oh
what I
my
mean? Like,
God. I hate that. Like, and that's the other thing too, Nikita, like, or just anybody else that's listening. I try to just think the best. Like, I never try to just be like, oh, you know, like, have a negative thought. And that hasn't always been me. I've been like, you know, if I had friends or associates, and maybe, you know, it could have just been whatever the case was, and I maybe it was like I thought it was offensive, or vice
mm-hmm.
versa, or something. And it wasn't even that. It was just like the way I was thinking. But like you said, it's like the clarity, and maybe the person can express like, hey, you know, maybe that wasn't, like, maybe it was inconsiderate, or if it was kind of rude or
Yeah.
whatever, you know. But now I'm just more like, it is what it is. I try not to think too much into stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
anymore. And but I'm open though. I'm open to like meeting new people. And but I also know, like, based off of the toxic friendships that I've had in the past, I like, you know, I just, if I see something, I'm like, oh, let me just kind of back up. I
Right, right.
don't really
At
try
this
to like
point,
force anything, you
yeah,
know.
you know what to look for, you know, and you know who that you with more or who you might need to fall back from. Because
Right.
once you start seeing those red flags, at this point in our life, we know that red flags are not to be ignored. You know,
Right.
I
Yes.
don't have to go running, but it's like once I had that side eye to you, now I'm watching you. So it's like, all right now. And I'm
Yeah.
not petty, so if you earn your points, you earned your points. Like you don't get to have
Right.
little attitudes and be snappy or wishy washy and not explain
Mhm.
yourself. So
Right. Right.
I was like, maybe you're just not the type of friend I need.
Right. Definitely. But yeah, so I guess it's just really important to just be able to understand you might have or run into someone that it could be somebody at work or whatever, an associate that might be a narcissist. And
Mhm.
again, if they show you those red flags, just you got to do what's right for you, you know. And it's not saying that if that person is a narc, let them be a narc, you know. You
Yeah.
can't change them. You got to just, again, you got to move on. Or the other thing, what something that I've learned is when you are by yourself and you're alone, you become strong. And I've
Mhm.
found that it's true, you know,
Yeah,
because
it
I
is
mean,
because you have to
go
do
ahead.
everything for yourself.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes you might not have people around you. You might not have friends. Like sometimes, and the sad part about it now, I realize I have been losing friends, but I've been finding myself, you know. So
And
I
that
think
goes
that's
hand in
better.
hand too.
Yeah, you know. So, but yeah,
Cause
that's basically
the
what I
friends that's supposed to be with the new, the new you are gonna
Mhm.
still be around.
Right,
People
right.
fall off for a reason. Like, okay, y'all was friends with the old Joy, but the Joy that's about to come out of this, y'all wouldn't be able to handle her. So maybe y'all do need to fall off. Cause me and my one of my best friends talk about that too. Cause I was
Mhm.
telling her like, she's going through a major transformation too, and I was like, everybody is not going to be down for this ride. Some people want you at your lower level, and that's because you on the same
Mm,
level as them. I said, but when you start elevating, all they see is that as a slight against them. It's not, they can't be happy for you. All they see
right.
is that they're not on your level. And now that turns into you think you better, you think you this,
Oh,
you think
no,
you
no, no,
that. And
no,
that's
no,
projection.
no.
Nobody said they
Yes.
think it was better,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah. And that's funny you say that because that is the truth though. It is. And for me, like I said, that's why I don't like post certain stuff on my social media because I don't want people to feel like, oh, she thinks she's this. Like I don't think that at all. Like for me, and I would like for my friends and like the friends that I have now, I could literally count them like on one of my fingers. Like not one of
Mm-hmm.
my fingers, but my hand. I mean.
And yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's so like, but I'm okay with that now, you know. But I'm not a boastful type of person, and I never have, and I never will be. And but yeah, people will fall off, but it's okay. And
Mhm.
I've made peace with it. So if you're listening, and maybe you find yourself by yourself, maybe you feel like, oh well, I don't know if I can find a healthy friendship, or like you may feel like I want some girl friends, some friend girls, but you feel like you don't get along with them. Right now might be the time again, you have to just be by yourself and focus on yourself.
Mhm.
And but
Mhm.
what you can do though, if you know you're at the house and you're online, maybe you can join support groups or
Yeah.
like other organizations, or you can volunteer, stuff like that. So maybe you can start to connect with people or have some sort of like hobbies or activities that you like, and then maybe you can start to build a more of a supportive circle that people that are like-minded. That's what I started to do, but
Mhm.
that's
And
basically
being creating that network will attract people to you as well. Like that'll
yes.
start opening you up, open up the
Hmm.
door to people to come to you. So for sure. You got to put yourself out
Definitely.
there. I know it's hard. It's like it's hard and easy at the same time. With social media and internet, it's easy. You can join a group on Facebook and start talking to people, and then you know catch a vibe, and you might make friends like that. So it's different ways of meeting people. So it's just a matter of keep watching out. Just like, and it's not like you want to meet them. But I feel
Hmm.
like my advice to people is if you meet someone and everybody's cool at first, but when you start getting a weird feeling, it don't have to be hurt feelings or a bad a weird tingling feeling about that person.
Hmm.
That's when it's like, okay, what am I watching out for you? It's something I feel like I need to watch out for because I don't get this feeling with everybody.
Right.
So if you do something weird, I can't look at it. I'm just gonna like, okay. I know I can't get but so close to you because I'm starting to see your ways and patterns. At an old job, like I was getting real cool with this girl. Like, I mean, we was taking breaks and lunches together all the time. And
Hmm.
then she started trying to incorporate this lady that hated me. Like that lady did not like me.
What?
She
Oh
wanted us
my
her start
god.
coming to breaks and lunches with us, and that type of lady, she was the lady that play fake and she act like she liked me. It was like, but lady, you talk about me every day. I can't walk past you without you turning your nose up. I'm not finna be taking
What?
breaks and lunch with you. This is not comfortable for me, you know.
Right,
And
right.
so I didn't express it to the girl that I was cool with, because then when we was just co-workers, so we hadn't establish that trust factor, that if I come to you and I say I don't like her coming to break with us because she don't like me, I
Mhm.
can't I couldn't trust that she won't gonna just go run her mouth. Obviously, you and this lady to building some kind of bond. That's good for y'all. So I just stopped going to break and them. I was still talking to her. We still cool, but I'm not taking my breaks and lunches with y'all. I'm just not. And I'm an individual,
Right.
so I don't have to discuss it with you first.
Mhm.
And it went downhill from there, because then it's like everybody, now you talking about me, and it's that weird thing
The
was
one
the
weird thing,
hitch.
yeah.
Yep, was the hitch. So we
That
was
was
cool until
it.
you did that one weird thing. And you know that lady
Yeah.
don't like me. That's the thing. We
Dang.
all sat on the same row. That lady talk about me to you. I know she don't like me,
Mhm.
And so
Yeah,
it was
man.
just, I was like, once I see that weird thing, it's like, okay, I start distancing myself. And however you react to my distance, that tells me a lot too.
About
Either
yeah.
either you're gonna be like, girl, what's going on? Like a regular grown person, what's going on? Did something happen? And accountability or whatever, I can explain it. But then it's that, don't ask me, but now you talking about me, you throwing shade, you being slick. I was like, see, you the type of person I don't need to be friends with anyway, because I don't deal with people like that. My people got to confront me.
Yeah. No, I definitely get that because I've had experiences like at work and stuff. And I've come to realize I even dated at work, and we can have another topic for that or another episode. But
Oh yes, oh yeah.
I don't do that anymore. I don't like try to go to work and
Mm,
make friends, or I don't try to date at work. Like it doesn't work. you
mm-mm.
know? It just yeah, it's just mixing business with pleasure. I mean, sometimes it can, because I remember like many years ago, back in what was that, 2008, 2009, when I was living in California, like I was working at JC Penney's, and I actually did have some friends at the job, and it was cool because enjoyable, but you still
Right.
had those like weird customers that are like racist or just say stupid
Hmm.
stuff. But that was cool. But as the years went by, like the different jobs and stuff that I had, I was just like, I'm just gonna stay by myself or stick to myself, because
Hmm.
of you have those coworkers that are like backbiting and
Oh
having all
gosh,
the
yes.
gossip and the drama. But the other thing I want to say real quick is that one thing that I learned is if you are hanging out with someone and they have somebody that don't like you, not saying that that person that you're cool with don't like you, but nine
Mm-mm.
times out of 10, either they don't like you or they're probably talking. Like
Hmm.
I've learned that could also be family members too. Like that's something
Hmm.
that's kind of different, but yeah.
Yeah, and I say especially if your friendship isn't solidified. Like I said, this girl, she wasn't an old time friend. She was a coworker. So when she
Right,
started
right,
hanging with the
right.
other person that didn't like me, I know y'all talking about me, because you have no reason to have loyalty to me. We only been coworkers for 6 months. Like I can't
Yeah,
trust that you just got this
yeah.
blind loyalty to me. So yeah. Yeah, when
Right.
they hanging with the people, it's like, because it's not like, it's one thing if it was a situation where my best friend's cousin don't like me, where you can't get rid of neither one of
Mhm.
us. You know what I mean? I would just expect my best friend to be like, all right, you ain't finna talk about my girl, not to me.
Right.
I said, but I
Yeah.
say this was all to say, co-workers, please, y'all, you can make friends at work, because I've made some good friends from
Right.
old jobs and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
we had to build our friendship. We want best friends out the gate.
At the
So it's
gate,
like you
yeah.
can't just trust. Coworkers are strangers initially. When y'all first get to
Mhm.
that job and y'all get through training class, you don't know them people. So
Mhm.
for you to meet somebody, be cautious about what you tell them, what where you go with them, what you do with them, because I've heard about coworkers all going out to the bar and some stuff going left, because
Yeah, man. Yep.
yeah, you can't get drunk with everybody and think they're gonna out for you or have your best interest. That we came together, we leave together rule. So you can end up in some compromise, because you left yourself vulnerable around strangers. Coworkers is strangers. If
Mm-hmm.
y'all ain't built no real friendship, they're still strangers.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know me, I don't know you like that. I just know your name and where you work.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, just I mean, it's just a matter of time, like you said, just building the trust. And if you, like you said, if it's something that feels off, then it's like, give them the
Pay
benefit of the
attention.
doubt. But yeah, pay attention, and that's how
Mhm.
you can kind of
If
protect yourself.
Yeah, and if it keep adding on and keep adding on, that's when it's a problem. But I mean, people are human, so they just do one weird thing and
Yeah.
then they don't do nothing else after that. Okay, it could have been a bad day, it could have been anything. But if it
Right.
every other day you getting a little weird vibe from her, like
Right.
you might need to leave her alone. Vibes ain't supposed to be that weird all the time. You only getting
Right.
so many weird vibes now.
Yeah, because it's perfect. We're human, and life, but you do
Mhm.
can your intuition is gonna tell you like, okay, something is wrong. So that's
Yeah.
the whole point. You just
You
really
like, oh,
want
this
to
girl ain't got it
trust
all.
yourself. Right.
Mhm.
But
I was like, you know when you know.
yeah, yeah, you do. Yep. And like I said, I'm just grateful that I've had the ability to be able to tell the difference between like a healthy friendship versus like an unhealthy friendship. And even
Yeah.
also like I saw the difference between, and maybe this is another topic or episode for like healthy family relating, because my really
Mm.
good best friend, she's still in California now, but the way that her family treated me was totally different from how my own flesh and blood family treated me. Like, and again, I'm not adopted or anything like that,
Mhm.
but just the love that they showed me, was just
Mhm.
different. I'm like, wait,
This
so
house family's supposed to be.
yeah, like I'm like, they was treating me like crap, and they I grew up. I'm just like me and my friend, we've been like I said, 10 years. But I wasn't really going over her like house like that. We would when we hung out, we would go like restaurants and stuff, just like the
Yeah.
little things. But I started to like spend a night at her house, and I would like talk to her mom and her dad and her brothers and stuff. And they was so like welcoming, friendly, and it wasn't like gossiping and drama and putting each
Mhm.
other down. It was nothing like that. I'm like, huh? This happens? Like
Yeah. I was like, oh, it could be this easy.
so yeah, and so that's why I started to realize the difference between like healthy friendships, healthy family relating. I was like, oh, okay. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much that. So just make sure that if you don't have any healthy examples around, just find some on YouTube or study about it, read on
Mhm.
it, or connect with other folks. Maybe get to know them and see if you can tell the difference, and then, ask them questions or whatever. But try your best to be healthy. And that all starts with sometimes just being by yourself and working on yourself at the end of the day. So,
Yep. And
yeah, pretty much it.
even if you feel like, you need to distance yourself and you don't know how to do it, I was like, look at some YouTube videos about it, because you don't have to tell the person, I'm gonna fall back for a while because I think you're
Yeah.
weird, you've been doing some things. Like you can literally just, well, I'm focusing on myself. You like, fall back a
Mhm.
little bit. Oh, I just been focused on myself. Go from calling them 3 times a week to once. Or you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's okay to focus on you, and you don't have to keep hanging or dealing with somebody because you think it's some kind of pressure on you because, well, we didn't fall out, so I gotta stay her friend. No, you
Mhm.
don't. I was like, because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
y'all gonna end up falling out, but you're gonna be the victim of it because that narcissist gonna win if you ain't got no
Yeah.
backbone.
Yeah.
That
The
narcissist is
narcissists,
built
they
for it.
are very they're manipulative and just I guess for shorter words, pretty evil.
Very
Just to
much.
like pretty much put it in a nutshell. But I'm just glad that I did experience that, because familiar with it, and now I can share it with others, and
Hmm.
it can help them to just be on the lookout. Not saying, because everybody is not a narcissist, as we all know,
Right.
and not everybody has the tendencies either, but some people do, and that's
Hmm.
just, it's got to be honest with yourself, and just be able to take action if you are around friends or coworkers or associates that could be behaving this way. So
Yep.
So that's basically that. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about.
No, that pretty much cover like for the friendship portion. Cause I was like, I'm just
Right.
thinking about, friends I've met and been through and stuff like that. And it's like
Mhm.
before you were educated on narcissism, you don't know what's wrong with this girl, but
Mhm.
it's a weird vibe. You know what I mean? It's like she
Right,
acting back.
right.
Look, narcissism. We just said she acting fun. What it is, I don't know what I did to her, but she acting
Yes.
funny. So I'm trying to figure out what's up.
Mhm. And I can only imagine like the guys too. I'm sure there's like narcissism like with the guys and everything, but
Oh
it seems like the
yeah.
guys maybe they're more just like, oh, they just do their thing or whatever. But I think with the females, we're like more emotional and like
And backstabby and
sensitive.
all kind of stuff, telling
Yes.
business, like or trying to keep that friend to yourself, like, cause that's what I
Mm.
experienced with the girl. Like I met
Oh.
her when I was single. So that 7 year
Mhm.
stint that
Yeah.
I told you I was single, I met her during that time. Now she had dudes, but she was used to Nikita always being available for girls' nights, for a restaurant, for this, that, and the
Mm.
other.
Mhm.
Anytime you're not with your dude, Nikita down to do something because Nikita ain't got no man. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
then
Okay.
like five years into our friendship, so you've known me for a long time single. I started talking to a guy that I went to college with. And at first I didn't think nothing, I didn't see no signs of her having jealousy. Um I remember when we first found I first he made a comment about some girl posting on his Facebook, and he was like he just said something about it. And my friend was at the house, so she went to his Facebook to look, to see what he was talking about. So when he left my house, she showed me the girl and was like, "Oh, this is who he was talking about." So I ended up knowing somebody who knew the girl. So I was okay, I can keep
Mm.
tabs on her this way. What
Mhm.
I didn't know was my homegirl was running back telling our other friend all the time, just like, I just want my friend back. And she was just making it seem like this guy just had me so wrapped up. Like he had
What?
me in the house and all this kind of stuff. And he was just doing me wrong, but I just
Oh.
gave up the friend. I like that was not the case, but I said she was
Mhm.
so used to that single Keita, she couldn't take
Mhm.
my attention being off of her.
Oh, for her,
Yeah,
man. Oh my
because it's
God.
different when you get a man, and especially
Right.
after you ain't had one girl. Like it's there, like, okay, girls' night was cute, but girl, I'm gonna be over here for a little bit. Girl, I've been chilling with you for 5 years. Let me get
That's
a little bit of
funny.
time.
I need some time with my man now.
You multiple. I'm sitting on dark when you over there with your man. I'm by myself in my lonesome. Can I have one?
Man.
Yep, and come to
Right?
find out she was trying to tell other people and stuff. Like, it's just like, okay, you trying to
Mhm.
make my relationship to be the worst thing in the world. Like it's the worst thing in the world for
Yeah.
you because you don't have
Mhm.
me at your beck and call anymore. So
Right.
I'm very cautious of them friends that want to be your boyfriend, and not even on no lesbian gay stuff. It's like, no, you want
Yeah.
all my time, my
Yeah, the
dedication, my
attention.
emotion, attention. Yeah,
Right.
nobody else.
Yeah.
I got to be committed to this friendship
His
like we
friend.
are dating.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I got to cater to your feelings. Worry about how you feel about
Mhm.
stuff. Don't leave you out. Oh God,
Mhm.
they feel left out. You cannot do anything
Anything.
without your narcissistic friend.
Anything. Oh my
Oh, or
God.
you don't care about the friendship. You can't make new friends. You can't gonna without me. How you gonna leave me?
Mm.
Why you in it? No invite. It's one of those like, girl, don't hit me with that no invite. Don't do that.
Mm, mm,
Don't
mm, mm.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
that's
can't do
pretty.
nothing without them, or it's like they are hurt.
Or it's like they play the victim.
Yep. What is it?
Yeah.
Narcissistic injury. They get
Yeah.
injured
Yeah.
real quick. Okay, like they are
Mhm.
very regular people. This is not a regular psyche. They get injured really
Really
easily, and
quick.
you don't even know what you did, to be honest.
Yeah, and the thing about it, it's because they have a lot of narcissists. They are insecure and they have a fragile, bruised ego a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times. So, and they can't handle criticism. Just like us normal people, we might get criticized or we might get feedback, but we
We can
like,
take it.
yeah, we can take. It's not like we're taking it personal or internalizing. But
Oh,
with a narcissist, oh no, like you
it
can't say
breaks them
nothing. Yeah.
down.
Don't
Mm-hmm.
say anything negative, or not negative, but don't give them any criticism, I guess, in their mind, or don't
Mm-hmm.
you have stroke their ego constantly.
Yeah.
Like if you ain't
And
stroking their ego, then
yeah, what you here
yeah.
for? I need supply, baby. I need supply. And I was like, you giving me too many injuries. I'm supposed to be getting supply. And like, it's so crazy you said that because I follow this girl on YouTube. She's a sociopath. Like, she's a
Oh
diagnosed
wow.
sociopath. Yeah. And
Okay.
so she talks about her conscious. I'll send you her page and stuff too.
Okay.
But she
Yeah.
talks
Yeah.
about her lack of consciousness and stuff. And she was like, I don't
Mm.
have a conscience. She's like, I've never had one. Like,
What?
she was like, to the point where she said when she was a little girl, this lady took her on a Barbie dolls, all kind of stuff. She said when the lady dropped her back off at home, she said she wrote her a death letter, a death threat letter, and signed it by the gardener. She said
What?
to this day, I don't know why I did that, but does is tell people how to
What?
deal with narcissists, Joy. So she said
Oh.
I don't know if she was pulling a narcissist stories, but she was saying like this is how I would break down a narcissist as a sociopath. She said they are very
Mm.
sensitive, and she talked about how they got them insecurities. She was
Yeah,
like,
they
what I
do.
would do,
Yeah.
she said I'll have about 3 or 4 friends all find him on Tinder, act like they want to engage with him, and then have them all insult his insecurity, the biggest insecurity that he
Oh.
had. She said that will tear them down. 4 different people random to him is all saying you're short, you're
Mm.
short, you're short, you're a midget, like if you know that's his biggest
What?
insecurity. It was like,
Mm.
yeah. And then she was talking about like playing the games, like a narcissist ain't got nothing on a sociopath. And
Oh
so
my
this is a
God.
sociopath telling you, no, baby, this how you play the game. This is how you make them fall for you. This is how you get over them. This is how you hurt them back. Like, yeah, she
Mm.
breaks it down. She breaks it down.
Oh, okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
different right there. I haven't
Yeah,
heard of
yeah,
that.
yeah. I said, baby,
Yeah,
a
I
narcissist.
love.
I don't think a narcissist can even touch a sociopath because sociopaths have no conscience. Narcissists just don't care about your feelings.
Right. And then, they have the psychopath, and those ones, they don't
Yeah.
have the conscious either. Then they
Yep.
are they're violent. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like try to
Mm-hmm.
kill somebody and they don't care about it and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So yeah, man, that's
I
pretty
gotta put you on to
different.
her. Mm-hmm. I
There's
got.
also there's a borderline too. You ever heard about the borderline personality disorders? It was a guy that I actually met at work
Mm-hmm.
many years ago, which I regret, but it happens.
Yeah, it
That was
does.
I only dealt with them for 4 months, thank God. But
In and out real
yeah,
quick.
yeah, real quick. But yeah, so like he would harm himself. They call it BPD, so borderline personality disorder. So
Yeah.
they have like unstable moods, unstable behaviors, and unstable relationships. And a lot of times with them, they try to abandon you before you abandon them, because of a lot of it comes from like their childhood traumas.
Mm-hmm.
They probably
Abandonment
would,
issues.
yeah, basically. So yeah, it's kind of scary when you think about it. It's just like, because a lot of these people, you don't know until you actually deal with them, or you get
Yep.
close to them and stuff. So you just got to
That's
be
when,
careful. That's
because the
all.
mask has to slip. That's what we gotta say. Because it's like
Yeah.
in them friendships, that mask is going to slip. Because I
Hmm.
told you about the girl that I said was doing my makeup and stuff like that, but I kind of felt like because it was supposed to be a bartering thing. I was supposed to be doing some stuff for her, and she would do my makeup and stuff for my photo shoot. But I felt like I got the inkling that she felt like she was the only person ever allowed to do that for me, and I couldn't do it without her. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't like nobody doing that to me. I don't like feeling like that. Like
Right.
I can't move without you. No, I don't want to do that.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so to test my theory, because it was just a theory that I felt, your intuition tells you a little bit. So I was
Right.
like, okay, is it me? Let me test this out. All I said, Joy, was she asked me what I was doing one day, and I was like, oh, practicing makeup. And I
Mm.
could tell, see that I didn't say anything wrong. You cannot tell me I can't practice my own makeup. Okay.
Right.
So this
Right.
is not a slap in your face. All I said was practicing makeup. She was like, for your photo shoots? And I was like, well, yeah, I said just that. I was like, that too. I mean, that'll help. But I was like, but just in general, I was like, the one to know how to do. I got all this makeup in here. I need to know how to use it. And I
Hmm.
want to be able to, when I'm going out, I want my makeup done. Like, be able to do my own makeup.
Right.
And baby, it was downhill from there. I did my makeup. The next day, I
What?
took pictures and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I sent her the raw photos, and she was like, yeah, I just think you need some more professional shots. Cause that's
What?
because she had been taking my pictures and doing my makeup. So the fact that
Okay.
I was taking my own pictures
Own pictures
now
and doing
and
your
doing
own
own makeup,
makeup.
and I'm not giving you
Oh
money, because even though she
no.
would do it, I'll still tip her because that's product.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I ain't
definitely.
got $75 because the thing is, she wasn't a professional photographer, but she had a professional camera, and she did not
Okay.
know how to use it. So the pictures was coming out blurry, off focus. Like when I was trying to do pictures from my boutique, these are product shots. Why
Okay.
you can't keep turning up the light to the point where the color of the item is not the real color no more?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You got me turned
Right.
to the side when I need to be in the front. Like, she had me thinking, like, as I'm taking the pictures, girl, I thought I was killing it, Joy. Like, boom, boom, boom,
She
boom, boom.
said,
Next outfit. I've been over here 3 or 4 hours, and I can only use 2 or 3 of the pictures. Like,
oh no.
that's a waste of time. I don't care how good the makeup look if I can't use the pictures for my photo shooting website. It's
Right, right.
pointless. I'd rather
Yeah.
do it myself and be able to just keep doing it over and over
Keep
until I
doing
get it
it.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I keep
I
hauling
feel
my stuff
that.
over here. No. And girl, like I said, it was down here from there. Like, oh, so now my
Mm.
shots ain't good enough. Yours wasn't either. That's the thing. That's why I started doing this by myself.
Myself,
Yep, but
right.
you felt
Dang.
you thought you had ownership, and it was a slap in your face. I ain't even hire somebody else. I'm doing it for myself. But because it's
Mm-hmm.
not you, oh no, it was real nasty after that.
Oh my God. And see, that's the thing. I feel like if I don't know if it starts from like early years, the people that surround us, like our mothers or aunts, sisters, or whoever, it's like we don't see that role model. You get me? Because I feel like, and I heard this somewhere else, and you can let me know what you think, but I heard like with the men, they have more of like a brotherhood for some, not all, because you have some of them that's like simps and
Yeah.
just lazy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
it's more so you kind of do have more of a brotherhood. But when it comes to the females, I don't know what it is. And like I said, I've never been this type of way, like, but like with the females, it's always like cattiness or pettiness or just, I don't know. It's just
Cause
weird,
it's all competition. And if you
I
break it
just don't get
down,
it.
you gotta think about the girl whose mom, who got the mama that be having the boyfriends in the house. The boyfriend is looking at the daughter. The daughter ain't thinking about him, but the mama say,
Mhm.
"You trying to take my man." That's
Mm.
competition. And it starts in your own household. Sometimes you could
Yeah.
be like, your mama has taught you that we are competition. We are not allies. We are
Mm.
competitors.
Oh my
Because,
God.
and so when you go out into the world, if your mama was like, "Oh, you trying to take my man," you gonna think that's how girls gonna do you.
Everybody else is gonna do.
Everybody
Yeah.
else is gonna
Dang.
think like that. That's, you don't know nothing else. If your mama taught you, or any woman can take your man, your daughter, your friend, anybody.
Mm.
You're not
Mm-mm-mm.
going to trust females. My mama ain't. You, I ain't gonna say my mama, but if your mama
Oh,
ain't trust you, you know what I'm saying. Like, if your
right.
mama didn't trust you, why would you have trust in other females? You
Oh
never was
man.
taught to trust females. That's the
Hmm.
psychology of it, the way I look at it. And
Right.
then so that girl goes out and she makes a best friend that comes from a loving household that don't have that sense of competition. And then she's
Right.
still that girl boyfriend. Now that girl is tainted on girls. Cause
Right.
now
Right.
my best friend stole my boyfriend in the 8th grade. Now
Oh
I
my
don't trust no girls.
gosh.
And then that goes on.
Yes.
It's a cycle, like, you know what I
It's a
mean?
cycle.
Yep. It's the, and then
It's
we
yeah. It's
eyeballing each
really.
other.
It's so
And
sad. I'm sorry to go ahead.
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's so sad because I mean, me personally, like I said, I am not like that, never will be like that. But the unfortunate part is like most people are, and
Yeah.
families are like that. And it's sad. And I just wish that there were more like role models for people to see like we can cooperate. Like there's no I think I made a video.
I saw it the other day. Yep.
It's like yeah, it's like we're unique. Everybody is special. Everybody has their own skills and talents. There's no need for that. But I get that it's probably deeply enrooted and embedded in people, kind of like what you said,
Yeah.
like the competition. It's like I don't know. I don't get it. And I've never been that way and I never will. But it's
Hmm.
sad. It's so sad.
And another
So,
thing is like, you know how women we have and girls, like it starts young, your insecurities, you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Chested girl, and then the other girl with the big breasts come around. I don't want her around my boyfriend now. You know what I mean? Because he gonna
Oh,
want her
yeah,
and not
man.
me. You know, it's just
Mhm,
even
mhm,
if that's not
mhm.
what he thinking, like that's and then now I'm being mean to this girl because I just don't want her around. You know what I
Around.
mean? Like
Mhm, mhm.
and that's that cattiness.
Yeah, yeah, and the last thing is I wanted to say real quick. I actually did kind of experience that, but it was with actually with my aunt Narc. She was very like catty with me, and I was so surprised. I'm like, really, but not only her, but the situation that I was in, because I was in a relationship for about a year, and we decided to end it last year, which I'm happy because I'm focusing on myself now. But anyway, the person's mother was so like competitive with me, and I'm seeing her like, I like your son, like I'm not trying to
Mm-hmm.
take your spot or anything, but
That's her
she,
husband, girl.
yeah, yeah, it's like she had a second because she had a boyfriend, but she seen my boyfriend as her spouse, basically,
Because he was her constant. He's always gonna be there.
yeah, he was always there. And she was a malignant narcissist. And those are the ones they have like the anti social personality
Oh
disorders.
God, yeah.
Yeah. To me personally, I think they're the worst.
Yeah, I was like, they
They're
can't
the
even
worst.
hide their nastiness.
Yeah, no, it's just right in your face. But they're not overt like that. But at the same time, they are like, they're like the quiet, overt ones.
Uh-huh.
It's like they'll say like little slick stuff to you, and then you'll think like, wait, did they just say that? Like, but it's like,
Pondering like,
yeah,
did I take that
like,
the wrong way? And they gonna tell you took it the wrong way.
yeah. And
Like, no,
so,
I didn't. I know what you did there. I saw what you did there.
yeah, and so that was a learning experience for me, but at the end of the day, she was very, very competitive, and I didn't want to be a part of it. I was like, if you want to do that, you can have your son. That's fine. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure I can find somebody else, but yeah, that's just a sad reality. I'm just grateful that I've never been that way, and I'll when I have my children, I'm going to teach them don't do that. But I had to tell them like, hey, people in the world are like this, so try
Yeah.
not to take it personal. But
Yep.
it's unfortunate. It really is.
Yeah, it
It
is.
really is. But I think maybe what can help again is, like I said, understanding that we are unique. Like no flower is the same. No
Right.
tree is the same. No, I'm not sure what else to compare it to, but no shoe is the same. Like
Yeah.
no shirt is the same. Everybody is different. Like that's just my mindset. That's why I'm like, no, like like even you, Nikita, you have your own talents and gifts and abilities, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
next person, God didn't make anybody the same.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's sad, but it's gonna get better. It's just gonna take a while though, because a lot of people are like that. I realized that. So
Yep. It's just a matter of identifying them and eliminating them from your circle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
and it's a matter of once you identify, don't bring them in if it's not too late. If you can
right.
identify it in the beginning, don't think you know how you can just deal with them. It's best not to have those people, keep them at a distance. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, don't try to engage and don't try to think you can control it. Oh,
Yeah.
no, don't do that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I've realized too, like with just narcissistic friends or just the parents in law, these people will never change at the end of the day. So like once you have that acceptance, it's just kind of like, okay, like it is what it is. Just move forward, and you have to know who you are though. That's why I always keep going back to like spending time alone. Because for
Mm-hmm.
me, I feel like that is how I healed. Like I didn't heal with, while I was with someone or when I was around like all my friends. I was like I had to deal with my demons like behind closed doors and it wasn't
Right.
pretty, you know what I mean? And so
Yep.
yeah, it is what it is.
Because you don't, yeah, you don't want that to affect how you treat people.
Right, right. Definitely. So
Just because you in a site, because when we in a bad place, it can come out. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, like
I
a lot
agree.
of times it could be like projection or it could be like lashing out or just being
Mm-hmm.
angry with people or having resentment built up, and again, that was me many, many years ago, because I was angry for a
We've
very
all
long
been through it. Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm. We've been
was.
through it.
But no, God was there. And like I said, only thing you have to do, the last thing I will leave with everybody is that, you talk to God about the stuff that you deal with and you say, hey, God, like, can you please bring people into my life that will be loving, that will be caring,
Mhm.
that will be supportive, stuff like that. And remove those that are not like
Right.
money, get them out of my
Please.
life.
Please, Lord.
So that I think that's a really good thing because it might not happen right then and there, but God eventually he's gonna either bring those people into your life that's good for you, and then he'll remove those that don't have your best interest. So
Yep. Yep.
that's basically that.
Okay. And y'all, next week we will be discussing church hurt.
Church hurt and dealing with being lonely and some coping mechanisms because I know that is difficult because even if you're in a relationship you still might feel lonely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, but yeah, I think it's important to learn how to cope with it.
And not fall for the hoovering during that process.
Right. Yes, the narc Hoover.
Yes, yes. So that's
So
next week, ladies. And so that's it for this week's episode of the Live Narc Free series. It was good talking to
yes,
you, Joy.
indeed. It was
I,
great talking to you as well.
I said so. We back on track, ladies. I know we was gone for
Yes,
October, but we back. We're back. We're back.
definitely.
Okay, and I will see y'all ladies next week for Church Hurt and Loneliness.
I won't be defined, stars are aligned. What's for me is mine. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of. I've been refined, beauty's divine. All things in God's time. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. This for all my women, 'cause you're a whole lot of